Good afternoon and welcome here in the DigitalituM here on this LinkedIn Live with my guest. And your name is?
Gerald Obritzberger, company Inmotion.
And what are you doing here?
Markus, thanks for having me for this interview. Inmotion is a technology company from based here in Chicago as we started, and now in Jacksonville, Florida.
Mm-hmm.
We are having two business channels. We are a distribution company for technology products from the DACH region, Germany, Austria, Switzerland. And we also do business consulting, business development for new companies which would like to come to the United States.
Mm-hmm.
We focus on robotic automation, welding, and 3D printing.
Which is a topic here at IMTS.
Absolutely.
And that's why you're here.
Yeah.
We are now on day 3 of the show. What is your impression here from the show? What did you see? Anything exciting, new thing, what you never seen before other than here?
First of all, I think we're really happy to be back. Because,
I think everybody is.
So it's like the last 4 years, nothing really happened. The last 2 years, and IMTS is back on track, and it's one of the biggest shows in the United States, and I think manufacturing-wise, even worldwide. I like to always go through the pavilion, German pavilion, and the other pavilion.
Where we are here?
Where we are here
German
right
pavilion.
now. To see the technologies which are exciting from Germany coming to the United States. And that's pretty much our business anyway. We look for those technologies to support going forward and establish them in the United States. If you look at the North Hall, at the West Hall, it always amazes me the companies, they spend a lot of money here to come to IMTS, and big companies are having a lot of sizable booth and a lot of expenses to spend.
Some of them have quite big machinery here.
Yeah.
And just think about the logistics of bringing all this equipment in, set it up and let it run.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And over when you go in the hall, you actually can smell the cooling fluid.
Yeah.
So it gives you the real machine shop feeling.
Oh yeah.
With all senses.
Yeah, and it takes several weeks to make this happen.
Yeah.
A lot of people to make this happen. And I'm just glad we are back person to person.
Yeah.
You know, I think we had enough webinars the last few years, but it's important that we just have the interaction personally to talk to people. Makes more impression than you have a webinar. And I hope this is going to continue going forward like it was before.
But as not everybody can come to Chicago, that's why we do this session here, to give the people out in the world the opportunity to learn what's going on at IMTS and kind of share our stories, our experiences here at the show.
Yeah, I think, you know, I work in the 3D printing market, and it's growing every 2 years at IMTS. It's growing more and more. 3D printing is playing a valuable part of business in manufacturing, and I think it's gonna go even further in that case. You guys have any experience with 3D printing and with manufacturing?
Yes, one of our partner company, the Böllinger Group, does high precision 3D printing in metal, plus the whole machining, and they are in the design and process control involved as well. They do it all, of course, in the state-of-the-art shop in Germany, and then are happy to ship the products over into the US market, where they have already customers in the area of automotive, aircrafts, and a lot of other things.
So Markus, exactly, tell me a little bit about your company. What are you doing?
So at DigitalituM, we kind of have an overlap of you guys, what you guys doing. On one side, we help small, medium businesses out of Germany, the DACH region, when they have products in the area of digitalization and manufacturing, and to help them to enter the US market. I think, as we both agree, the US market is, first of all, a large market and an interesting market. There are some challenges involved as well. It's different culture and all of that. And it's it's not that easy for a German company to just come here and do the things the same way they do it over there.
That's exactly correct. Yeah.
And then that's where we help. And then on the other hand, we of course support our US clients. We consult them in the right digitalization tool for their manufacturing. We're happy to sell, of course, but then we also part of the implementation of these tools on the shop floor, getting that thing to work and keep that relation throughout the life cycle of that product, be the local US contact. So if there's any problem, issue, improvement, call us here, local time zone, same kind of vacation, holidays, versus there's still the stereotype about the Germans, hard to reach because of the 6, 7 or 8 hours time difference. And then they're always on vacation or on holidays. And if you send them an email, just by culture, 6 weeks later, you get the answer.
That's exactly correct. I've been here 20 years.
Is that just a stereotype or is it real?
It's not. It's real. And it's. I have seen many companies come and go. I mean, that's what it is.
Yeah.
You have to prepare yourself well in advance. And I always say, entering the US market is not a catwalk. It's if you think you have a technology which is superb, doesn't mean the American customer is gonna grab it right away. There's a lot of things you have to prepare yourself and the company before you go, but also make sure, and that point you made, having this +1 number available for the American customers that can call you here. I don't know any American who ever called +49.
Yeah,
in German.
actually, on some company phones, international call feature is disabled, and
that's the same we do.
They have to run the extra hurdle to be able to be do an international call.
And it's, and in that case, that the Americans, the US customers, they love the technologies coming from Germany. There's no doubt, but you have to do your homework before. Service, support, spare parts availability if needed, and also have this one person, and it just need to be one person available when they call to say, I take care of your problem.
Yes.
Line of defense, and then like we do, I cannot learn every technology from my companies I'm dealing with to an extent that I can help them right away. It's not possible. But I give them a good feeling when I pick up the phone and say, listen, I'm going to send them an email. Tomorrow morning I have an answer. And that's a valuable service you and I provide.
And that's better than 6 weeks wait and then get some.
I mean, I don't even talk about the holiday scramble and it's like August, nobody is available. And
or in May when all these holidays
in
happen.
Austria, we have every Thursday is a holiday and nobody works on Friday. So
same in South Germany.
Wednesday, so on Wednesday afternoon, it's over.
And then long weekends and stuff.
But that's why they help us. That's why they help us.
I think it also starts early in the whole marketing approach, as that's at least my experience. German companies tend to talk about the features of the product versus the value where it differentiates from the competition or the value what it brings to the end customer. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, absolutely. There's a simple saying. I mean, some of the technologies I've represented and tried to bring over here, they had so much features, like you say, software features, where when we had presentations in front of customers, I briefed my German companies in the way to say, hey, I think we just take it easy and just go to the basics. I think with the basics you might have already something which the customer might benefit. Don't overwhelm them with the superior technologies you have all behind.
And confuse them.
Yeah. And there's always the point that obviously we as coming from Germany and born there and born in Austria, we are thinking that way. It all has to be well engineered to be in the detail. But in some cases, you just have to explain to the American customer, this is how you can make money with my product.
Yeah. What's the value and what does it do for you?
The value proposition has to be worked out. Probably most of the time you and I work out the value proposition from for our customers.
That's actually the additional value what we provide for our clients in Germany.
I've seen brochures of products. They were like 20 pages thick.
Yeah. And you
Nobody could find why they are so good and why we are coming to the United States.
And you have to put it down to a one-pager.
Yeah, to a one.
I actually did a couple of months ago a LinkedIn post, and that was shared, liked and shared 50,000 times and stuff like it. It really went viral. What I did there, I talked about this whole marketing and value versus features versus value, and I made this example on a fork.
Okay.
And I wrote that if a German engineer would describe this fork to its customer, he would say, this fork is super precise, manufactured with a super awesome surface treatment, and the tip of the fork is in an accuracy of 0.00 degrees and stuff like that. Yeah. Going into every detail, versus the American would just say, with this fork, you can eat 30% faster.
Exactly, exactly. And that's
do you agree on that?
Absolutely, absolutely. The company I've worked for, we had superb welding technology, the best, really the best. But we struggled with the marketing departments in the headquarters to bring the right message to our customers here. Until you work together and you listen on the other side as well, they do it on this side. And that's what makes the difference to the American customers. I think everybody wants that market. Everybody knows it's a huge market. Everybody says, "Hey, I want to go America," but you have to really strategy-wise to work this out well, to say this region, this market. Don't think about go America and we go all over. We have so many different time zones. West Coast 9 hours. Here it's 5 hours. East Coast 6 hours to Germany. It's all difficult to communicate, you know, and that's pretty much what we are here for, to help them to get over that.
I also think that people like us, and I call us hybrids, born and raised in Europe and now living for more than a decade over here. Of course, deep in our inside, we're still German or Austrian, but we also adapted and learned the American way of things and have a better understanding. And that's where we can bring the value versus, I see a lot of companies, they bring their best manager over to the US. He might be the expert in his field, but the whole language and cultural awareness of this country is completely missing. And then I also saw many companies fail by that because the way how they dealt with their, let's say, local employees and customers just didn't work out. Do you have similar experience?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you have, first of all, you have to find somebody who really wants to leave the dreamland of Austria and Germany, because they are good countries to live and good countries to be at home, you know, no doubt about it. And you have to have a really pioneer, enthusiastic person to come over here and make that happen. But also make them aware about the cultural difference from the beginning. And what I see, and I usually have done with my companies, try to find a good pendant to the German or Austrian employee, and having an American employee on his side as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Of course, there's always a investment to make, and a lot of interviews to make, probably, to have the right person you can trust from the beginning. But you know, the companies I've worked with, they keep the upper management probably in the hand of the expatriates they have sent over here. But most of the time, sales and service could be handled easily from the US employees after they have extensive training and make it work. Yeah. Because there's a lot of cultural differences, how we deal with each other, and how that what made me love this country is pretty much, you know, the Joe, the Bob, the Gerald. Doesn't matter if you have a title of a doctor or if you have something else, you know, it makes it much easier for the business.
Just that call somebody by the first name. There's no do and see and exactly. All of that, and everything. A lot of stuff is easygoing and let's just do it attitude.
Exactly. Don't talk about it too much. Let's just do it. And that's a lot of European companies struggling with this, because they get an inquiry to make a product adjustment from the American customers, and then they have to sit together 6 times until somebody makes a decision that we're going to do it. And most of the American customers say, "Oh, I cannot wait that long." You know, so companies have to prepare themselves, headquarters wise, to say we are ready for the adjustments. We are ready to understand the cultural differences, and we are ready to make adjustments to our products, because not every product we sell well in Europe is going to sell well over here.
Exactly. You have to
Yeah.
adapt to the market.
Exactly.
Yeah. Great insights for sharing. Thanks, Gerald.
Thanks, Marcus.
Looking now forward, IMTS is going until Saturday. How long are you staying here?
I'm going to leave tomorrow,
Mhm.
going back to Czech Beach, and 2 days walking the show has been a tremendous joy for me to do so. Also meet you guys and meet the other German companies. So all the best for you guys for the rest of it, and we keep in touch for sure, because I think we can help a lot of companies coming from Germany establish them in the US. Thank you.
Definitely. And thank you very much for listening to us.
Thank you.